All right. Welcome, Boys and Girls Club members and families. Welcome to smART Talk, a show where I get the opportunity to sit down with various artists to talk about their professional careers. My name is Georgia. I'm the Performing Arts Program Director at the Jordan Boys and Girls Club in Chelsea. And today I have a very special guest. I know I always say I have a very special guest, but I do have a very special guest today. Gabi is here with us. Gabi is, well, not currently in the quarantine, but is usually playing Zoe Murphy in Even Hansen on Broadway. Hi, Gabi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Georgia?
Oh my gosh, I'm great. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said before, we have a lot of Dear Evan Hansen fans, so they're gonna freak out when they see this.
Oh, I'm so excited.
This is amazing. And you're not performing right now, right? Because Broadway is dark.
Broadway is dark, so I've not been performing for the past 2 weeks. It feels so weird.
That is crazy. Is it just kind of on hold indefinitely, or do you have a start date again?
They originally were saying April 12th, but I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit longer than that, unfortunately. But I know it will. Dear Evan Hansen will be back no matter what or when. I know for a fact that is true.
Holy cow. That's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crazy. So, Gabi, I most consistently see students who are between like 6 and 10, and then some preteens. Did you know what you wanted to do by the time that you were their age?
I did because I started off as a dancer, and I was like competitive dancing from like 5 to 16. And I just really liked doing it, and I didn't really want to do anything else. So when I found out you can do it for a job, then I was like, okay, I really, really want to do that. And I've just been like practicing a lot and went to school for it, and here I am. So yes, I knew when I was little that I wanted to do this, which is not everybody has that. I feel lucky, and it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make me better or worse than anybody else. It's just my path.
Right. Everyone's path is so different too. Other than obviously the shutdown right now, what's the hardest thing about your job?
Well, for the people who know Dear Evan Hansen, it's a very emotional show, and it's sometimes really hard to cry every night, sometimes twice a day. So that's sometimes emotionally taxing, but I think the hardest part is doing the same thing every single day and getting 1 day of a break, which is hard. You can't really prepare for that until you're doing it. But again, I love doing it, so I can't even complain about it.
Is there ever a day where you're just like, oh my God, I can't muster up any tears? Like, I just can't do it today.
Yes, because I'm a human being, and crying doesn't make me a good or bad actor, which is something that was kind of difficult to swallow, because especially in a show like Dear Evan Hansen, where everyone's like crying all the time, like everybody has to cry, and sometimes you're just not, and sometimes it's hard to go there emotionally, and the audiences are very forgiving in that way.
So how do you get there when you don't feel it?
Honestly, I've done the show like 250 times, I feel like, at this point. So it's like muscle memory. I don't know. Like, I'll just sit there, and the best thing for me to do when I'm out of it is to just like listen to what's happening in the story and and be like, oh, I always say, like, I'm not going to spoil the show at all, but I always think about the situation, and I feel so bad for the characters. I'm like, oh God. And then I just kind of like, here it
comes. That's hilarious. That's amazing. Did you ever want to do anything different? Maybe specifically Dear Evan Hansen, but performing. Was there any? I know I went through like a 2-year phase where I wanted to be a dentist.
I guess I always kind of wanted to be like a choir teacher. Like, I don't know, like a teacher of some sorts. Like, I don't know, somehow I was always in music somehow. I really don't have any other skills in that other than that. So maybe like a psychiatrist. I don't know. I never thought about that because I was so obsessed with like learning everything I can. But I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'll get back to you on that.
I mean, if you have a backup plan, you'll end up doing backup, right?
I'll worry about it when I have to have a backup plan. I mean,
Right.
I would love to, you know, work in like a state park discovering like nests and birds and creatures. I like doing that.
See, there you go. That's totally different for performing.
That is. I've been in Delaware right now, so I've been like near nature kind of, and so it's been really cool to like see different birds and see different fish and see all these different things, which is a nice break from
The concrete jungle, for sure.
Yeah.
So you always knew kind of what you wanted to do and started young, but are there any opportunities for my students now that could help them better decide if performing is the right thing for them, if it's the right career?
I mean, there are friends of mine in this industry that started when they were in their 30s, and they were like, oh, I actually like this. Let me give that a chance. And it's worked out for them. And it hasn't for some people. And it's as long as there's love, then you shouldn't stop doing it. But if you don't love it, then don't do it, because that makes it not for you. It makes it for your parents or your teachers or this pressure that you feel to do it. But if you don't love it, then don't do it. It's not going to go anywhere. There's plenty of people who would love to do it. And if you do love it, give it everything and don't stop.
I love that.
You know, but if you're young and you enjoy performing and dancing and singing and acting, then why not do it? Because that's only going to help you when you're older.
Amen. Amen to that. Who were your biggest influences as you were like growing up and kind of finding yourself in this career?
I think I was lucky to be surrounded by like the arts with my dance studio that I was at. So like, I loved all the dancers and I loved, you know, all the Broadway performers like Barbara Streisand. I would listen to her every day and just sing my booty off. And like, I don't know. I think of all, like, it wasn't really people. It was more like shows. Like I wanted to be in Les Mis so bad. I wanted to be in Rent. So I didn't even know what was going on in Rent. And I wanted to be in it so bad. But I mean, I was lucky that my family was really supportive too. Like my mom and dad always encouraged me. And like I said before, if I didn't want to do it, then I didn't have to do it. If I wanted to stop dancing, then I could stop dancing, you know, which was really nice to have like a support system like that, because some people aren't that lucky.
Yeah. And sometimes it goes the other way where they're too,
They're too supportive.
Yeah. For sure. This is kind of a silly question for this moment in time, because it doesn't seem to be very glamorous right now as the world is shutting down. But is working on Broadway really as glamorous as it seems?
I mean, here's the thing. I wanted to be on Broadway so bad. And then I got to Broadway and I was like, oh, this is just like everything else I've done. I still feel really nervous. I still have butterflies in my stomach. I still am performing in front of an audience. But I think the difference between, you know, performing in the school play and being on Broadway is that it's every single night and there's more money. But there's really, it's glamorous in a way, but it's also, it's our job. It's another job. It's another go to work, do your job, and then go home.
Right.
That's how I like to think about it. Or else I'll be like, I'm on Broadway, you know?
Oh yeah. Those thoughts will consume you at that point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like you are in your dream role already. So other than playing Zoe,
I saw that question and I was like, I am. Because I mean, when you remember, I was auditioning for this show in college a million times, and I was like, I know I can do it. I know I can do it. And finally they let me.
And you got it. But if you had to choose, other than your dream role that you're playing right now, what would be your dream role other than playing Zoe Murphy?
I have manifested to the world that I will be Alphaba one of these days. Maybe not soon, but I will. And that's how I felt about Zoe. And I was like, I'm too young right now, but I will do it. I really want to do it ever since I was a kid. Clearly,
what a role.
I know. All those years of me screaming in the car and in the shower, they will pay off. I know it. That's my dream.
Well, hopefully we'll see you in all green one day on Broadway.
Yes.
It'd be amazing.
Don't forget it.
You've got the green sweater on. You're already prepping.
Oh yeah, I'm like, it's time.
It's time. Well, speaking of time, thank you so much for your time today, Gabi. This has been really amazing to hear about experiences. We have a lot of members who love to perform. So hearing from you will definitely be so valuable. Have a great rest of your day, and I hope you stay safe. And don't forget to wash your hands.
You too. Wash your hands and stay 6 feet away.
Yeah, stay safe out there.